friends, hello and welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. So today we're going to dive into the 87 overall all-star players. Which ones are the best ones to invest in? Which ones hold the potential best bang for your buck here? And some guys you look at and say, hey, gotta have this guy. He has a lot of coins that can be made, because right now there's a lot. There is a lot. I can't stress it enough. A lot of cheap players in the NHL All-Star game. I mean, we were seeing guys under 50K or under 55K. Are they still there Saturday morning? That was there Friday night. Yeah, Boone Jenner, Georgiev, obviously, Bobrovsky, whatever. But Boone Jenner is the one where people are kind of like, okay, it is what it is. The goaltenders are going to be cheap because, well, they're just goaltenders, and they're just going to get +2 for winning. So I would avoid the goaltenders at all costs, and just an 89 is not worth it. We're looking for guys here that can essentially go from an 87 to a 92. And last season, and this is what's important to remember, last year we seen it was Dylan Larkin potted 5 goals, Matthew Tkachuk dropped 4. It's, and that's important to note because those are your big goal scorers. And, we go into these events and it's always, it's the McDavids, it's the Matthews, it's the Kucherovs. It's like, got to get that Connor McDavid. He's going to be the one that, scores the goals. So he's the expensive one. And that's understandable. It's very understandable. It's like that guy's going to be worth a lot compared to the rest of these guys. If he's 97K right now and he's potted 5 goals being 92. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at risk reward here. This is the all-star freaking game. Odds are, Boone Jenner is one of those guys I don't feel the best about. There's some teams where you don't have the greatest of players. But at the end of the day, if there's a player that is a solid bona fide player, a solid goal scorer, that is out there, and he's cheap, that's the direction we're going. I'd like to know where Sam Reinhart is right now. Reinhart is 72K. I think he could end up being one of those guys that's a steal. He's 72K right now. I don't think anybody's on the Reinhart bandwagon yet because, what he's doing this season has been ridiculous. And he's somebody to keep an eye on entering the All-Star game. I don't imagine the prices drop too much. What I'd be watching with Sam Reinhart is for a cold spot. If you see him go 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games where he doesn't score a goal and all of a sudden things are dropping, it's okay. But if he enters this All-Star game playing the way he has this season, 33 goals, highest shooting percentage in the league, and he's got 2 pool goals he's got 2 3v3 goals in overtime, which is tied for second in the league amongst like a bazillion players. I mean, he's got the capabilities of doing it. And the way he's playing, he's going to get to play with some guys out there. And if you consider, again, he falls under 65K. I like anything under 65K. Because here's the thing. You need to score 1 goal, first of all, to be an 88. And right now, 88s are going for, let's take a quick look right here. A lot of these are underpriced. I think a lot of these are underpriced just for the low floor thing. The cheapest 88 is, what did we just do here? Oh, we're looking at NHL All-Stars. That I know. Just to get a quick peek here what the cheapest 88 is. Because, that's what you're saying. What if they just get 1 goal? And I think the cheapest 88 is, we'll take a look. Yeah, it's over 70K. So if you can get an 87 right now, under 75K, over 75K, if you can get an 87 right now, and all he has to do is score 1 goal, and it's instantly, a 15K profit. I like Boone Jenner for that reason. Even Boone Jenner, you can think Boone Jenner can score 1, right? Boone's can get 1. And the reason these 88 stay so expensive because all the events that come out that require the 88 pluses. So they're going to hold value even if they don't have a name. And, I'll be honest, yeah, Boone Jenner would have dropped below 50K, 50, 55, 50K. Again, the risk reward, it's just so good. It's too good to pass up on. But I like to look at guys who you feel a lot more better about because Boone Jenner is going to be a bottom line player. Let's be honest with ourselves here. But there's other guys out here that I think, have been playing good hockey this season. And you look and say, hey, they could drop under 65K as well. We'll look just for funsies right now where guys are at. Below 70K, what kind of options are out there? That means he could drop below Travis Konecny and Tom Wilson. I don't feel good about the Metro, but here's the thing. Things are different this year. It's not a Metro division thing. Players are going to get picked. Vetrano's out there, Boone Jenner, Talbot. But again, any of these guys, Yorkshire is a streaky player as well that can go in there, pot a lot of goals in the 3v3 situation. I'm not opposed to any of them. I think I like Tom Wilson a little bit better than York Strand. Let's see who else is out here. Robert Thomas. Suzuki's a good one. Suzuki had a great All-Star game last season. He played really good. And, for 60K, I like a Suzuki potential there. He's been a guy, again, he's performed for 60K. If he goes off for 50K, I'm all over that. Because, again, he only needs to score 1 goal. He could score 3. He scores 3 goals. And instead of just, making a quick 20K, you're gonna double your coins easily. So, there's a lot of wiggle room in these all-star guys right now. And I'll tell you what, I'd like to invest in all of them. We're about to sell this Nathan McKinnon. About to sell this nasty Nate. I didn't want to have to do it so quickly, but just seeing the price they're putting on these all-star game cards, they're so low risk, high reward, I think. Being 87, so, you could lose. That's what's difficult. Obviously, you could lose 10K. But when there's so many goals being scored in there, I like JT Miller. JT Miller's always been a good goal scorer. I think he's going to get higher line minutes. He's playing with, you would imagine he gets to play with some of them Vancouver boys, or so many Vancouver guys, so many Toronto guys. Anybody on Toronto would be a great player to pick up if they happen to fall in price as well, just because, that's where the All-Star game's being held. And there's going to be a lot of hype around those players. And it's just, Austin freaking Matthews. Like, you expect him to score goals. We'll see if there's anybody under 75K that kind of comes up. Thatcher Demko's a no. Clayton Keller, I don't feel the best about Clayton Keller. Aho's always an interesting one. He's not a bad one. 75K, that's a guy that, again, you expect him to play top or higher line minutes. That's kind of what's important here too. And there's a 64K Aho. I'd forget about that one. Again, I like the Suzuki for 50K as well, if they're going to let that slide. I mean, you can't pass that up, I don't think. Not after he proved himself last year. Thomas Reinhardt. I ain't seeing anybody else in the range. Rasmus Dahlin. Another thing, going to avoid all defensemen. You say, I think you avoid all defensemen, you avoid all goaltenders. It's just the risk reward's not there. Sure, the goal defenseman can put up points. It's just the odds are not in your favor. I like the players, and the reason I say you can like anybody this year is because you don't really find that favor because they're going to be picked teams where anybody can play with McDavid. Anybody can play with Draisaitl. I mean, if it was by division. Oh, I'm all over Yorkshire. I mean, you get a chance to play with McDavid or Draisaitl or Petey or something. I mean, you got all these playmakers around you where you're bound to score goal. And I think that's a team that pushes through. But because it's going to be so much more random, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Just taking a look at guys in general, though. I mean, Barzell's going to be too expensive. I would probably avoid him. He's just not known to be a goal scorer. He could do it. And the speed might help him in this case, to be honest. And that's why he's tough to pass up on. Nathan McKinnon being 100K. Again, you feel like McKinnon will pot a goal or two. And you say, okay, we'll feel good about an 88, 89. No, low risk, low reward. Still there for Nathan McKinnon if he falls to like 90K. That's a pretty good option there as well because of the speed and his ability there. Cale Makar. Again, Makar's probably expensive. Probably one I would avoid because he's more of a guy at the point. McDavid, you can never go wrong. 85K for McDavid is, a steal. We're hoping McDavid drops like 5 Genos because he's untradeable on our team after we packed him. So that'd be great. What's Matthews going for? Matthews being an interesting price there. He's 178K. That's way too much. I'm looking for 100K and under for just about any player, especially the big name players. Because again, just because I have a big name, I think Pasternak he got 1 or 2 goals last year. It's like we do this, and it's like, okay, he's an 89. He's still barely worth that 100K. So I want anything under 100K for your big name guys, even your like your Draisaitl's of the world. I think again the money to be made here isn't in the big name guys. It's in the guy you're looking for a sleeper here, low risk, high reward, and they have the chance to drop. They might not drop 5, but they might drop 4. They might drop 3, and 90 overall is going to make you a lot of coins. So that's the direction I'm looking here. Mitch Marner, I might slide into that conversation possibly as an 80K player. We'll see if he drops a little bit more. And they might continue to drop. It's hard telling, they first come out, you get a lot released. But we can see them continue to drop entering the All-Star game, how quickly people jump onto these players. Right now, they've been kind of flat to where they were last night. Kachuk's not the right Kachuk, but I mean, even Brady Kachuk could be a good option there. William Nylander, the hometown boy. Elias Pettersson's down to 82K. I like these guys. Obviously, if you go after the more pronounced goal scorers, do it. But anybody who you feel like is going to be, and we know entering it, right? Who's going to be your first, second line guys that has a chance to play with some good players. Those are the ones you want to pick up for, if you can get any of those guys under 65K, you feel really good about it. If it's a third line guy, again, a Boone Jenner's probably going to be third line. Thomas Hert's probably going to be your bottom line. See who else is out here as an example. Yorkshire will probably be the same situation. Guys like that, again, anything under 50K, anything at 50K, you can still feel good about it. Because again, they just have to score 1. But you don't want to go anything higher than that. And then you get to those guys, you feel like, your second line players, that's where you try to say, okay, 65K and below, pick them up. And then you get to your top line guys, your McKinnons, your Rantanens, Your Matthews is McKinney even in the All-Star game? I just kind of pulled that one out. Your Matthews, maybe your Crosbys, you guys like that. That's where you say, okay, those guys fall under 100K. If you want to reach, go ahead. Anything under 80K, it's a really good deal because they're going to hold the value, even if they don't score any goals. At least you don't want to say that because they're still possibly going to drop a little bit. At least if they score one goal, the name factor where they're going to go up a little bit there. Plus, they always have that opportunity to be, not that it's going to matter too much, they have that opportunity to win skills competition, see the superstar abilities change. But nonetheless, that's the direction we're going here. Again, just quick gloss over avoiding defensemen, avoiding goaltenders. Really for me personally, I would feel best at anything 80K and below for your top line guys. If you want to go 100K and below, go ahead, take a bigger risk, but the risk reward is obviously there. Second line guys, 65K and below, and your third line guys in that 50 to 55K and below range. Nonetheless, hope you all found this video helpful. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.